Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mike from BavhausTV, and today we're going to show you how to remove the vacuum pump seal and the vacuum pump itself on an N54 using the proper tools. So this is the toolkit to properly remove and replace the vacuum pump on an N54. This is just the Amazon version, but it does the exact same thing as the dealer version and at a fraction of the price. So one thing that we're immediately going to do is take out this bracket and the adapters. They're normally screwed in, we just have them unscrewed. So this is the bracket that's going to go where the tensioner goes and gives us some leverage to pretty much pry out the vacuum pump seal. The OE part number for this bracket is 118531. And along with that, we're going to be using a couple of these alignment dowels, and the part number for the pair is going to be 118535. So these are M11 and these are M10. We're going to be using the M10. So this is the long one. It's going to go into the top. And here's the short one. It's going to go down here. Something like that. We're going to be using these to actually press out the vacuum pump seal. And we're going to be using this plate, which is 118537 from the dealer, in conjunction with these. You'll see one of these is a ball on the bottom. The part number for this is 118534. And the one in the center that goes here, and that's going to actually hold the plate in place, is 118533. So with your alternator removed, your power steering pump, and your belt tensioner, what we're going to do is set up the jig. We're going to be using the short M10 dowel there, and then the long M10 dowel there. So this is going to get placed just on top of there like that. And we're going to put those dowels in. So we're going to take the plate and we're going to put it behind the tool like this. And then we're going to take the one that has the gasket and the pointy end that goes and centers out in this and start threading it in and align it up. So I just hand tighten this one. You can see that the alignment isn't perfect all the way around, but it is in the area that we're going to be pressing. So don't really focus too much on that. Just make sure that it's fully seated in this plate and that neither of them move. You can see this whole thing is part of the engine now. We're going to start threading in the one with the ball bottom. And then I'm just going to grab what looks like a 16 mil and start pushing this out, and it should kind of kink it out. So quick correction, it's actually a 17 mil, and we're going to start pushing it in. As you can see, the seal starts coming out. And it's out. You can just keep going a little bit more, not too much, but it should be enough right there. Back it off. We're gonna take this whole jig off just with these two screws, and then the seal will come right out. So now when the seal looks like this, you can kind of just get underneath it and kind of persuade it out, just like that. So that's how you remove the seal. Next, we're going to show you guys how to remove the vacuum pump itself. Next, we're going to use these two tools. This one is 110290. This one, 118650. We're going to start this off by screwing in the large bolt into the tensioner mount. All right, so if you look at the wheel, you have two small squares, two large squares, and then two large rectangles, and then three circular holes. The three circular holes need to match up with the bolts behind, and then you want the medium-sized squares right next to this dowel. And then what that's going to do is give you a nice position to get this tool in a place like that. Just sits over that, and it's going to counter hold the vacuum pump while you undo this bolt. If you need to move the motor over at all, 22 millimeter on the crankshaft, and you can get it turned over easy. All right, so this bolt is a T55. Just gonna use a long 1/2 inch ratchet. and break it free. We can remove counter hold. You can see no damage was done. Remove this tool. And then now we can remove those 3 screws behind there. All right, these 3 screws are T30s. Okay. Okay. Next, you might have to hammer or wiggle a little bit, but there you go. That's how to remove the vacuum pump on an N54. If you have any questions about what we just did, be sure to drop a comment and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And then if you guys are interested in the toolkit we used to remove the vacuum pump, it also helps to reinstall the vacuum pump. We'll drop a link for that in the description below, so be sure to check that out. As always, thanks for watching Bav House TV.